Oh boy, this is a weird one. Welcome everybody to, I guess, is it a Let's Play? I guess it is a Let's Play, but it's more of a commentary video. It's a little bit of an odd situation. Let me explain what's happening right now. I'm not playing this, but I was playing this. So this is like past gameplay. Between the last episode and this one, there's been, not the last episode, but there's been a few days where I could just play, 2 days, where I could just essentially play without recording anything and not behind on videos. So that's what I did essentially. And I did play quite a bit. Obviously, I'm not going to just upload it as it is. And I was thinking, you know what? I should maybe just like speed it up, like at high speeds, and then just go for it. And just upload that. And I thought that was kind of boring as well. So why not just me doing what I usually do and commentating what I'm doing, plus whatever else comes to mind, while watching myself, my past self play, and explain what I've been doing. I guess it's gonna be about 4.5 hours. Don't worry, not this video, because as you see, I'm going to start speeding things up. I'm going to bring this up to, I guess, 4 times speed for now. We might go faster, might go slower as time goes on. But yeah, last where we left off was in Floatington, and I decided, okay, I'm just gonna go and get myself some iron. And oh yeah, would you look at that boy? This here, this skeleton really kicked my butt, like quite a bit. I think it has like wet dampening, whatever else, and it spawns silverfish, the skeleton. It wasn't a good time, but I eventually managed to do this. But yeah, I went down into the chasm near Floating to just get myself some, what is it? Arctic infested hasty. Right, I don't know what Arctic means. Hasty just means it's fast, and infested means there's little silverfish coming after me, which is awful. I mean, silverfish are kind of cute and whatnot, but that was just awful. So yeah, that was a good time. So I eventually dealt with the skeleton, as you can see. Eventually I make my way through. I really need something with smite, and I think I get something with smite later, my access, because it does way more damage. Didn't realize. Look at how many arrows are in me there. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, the plan here was essentially just like mining the stuff out. I have no interest in turning this into anything. It's just, yeah, let's just explore this chasm here. Since I made the staircase down, you might remember that I did that. And then I come up here and it's like, oh, look at that. It's not too far away from the village. It's like over here. So I just leave that. But for the most part in this episode, I'm going to be working on the paths. Very, very interesting stuff, I guess. Maybe? No. Not interesting at all. That's why I'm speeding it up 4 times in the hopes that it'll become more watchable. So yeah. All right, let's talk about Weaselcraft. What is Weaselcraft? Well, that's what I call the series now. It was called Weasel Learns Minecraft, and as much as I like that, it also doesn't roll off the tongue very well, and I figured, you know what, I started modding this so much and I keep this going, I'm just gonna name the whole damn thing Weaselcraft for no good reason, just so I can, you know, distinguish that, especially since I intend to eventually maybe have another series, and then I can name that accordingly, because Minecraft, Weasel Learns Minecraft, yeah, doesn't work really that well. So I also made like a whole bunch of thumbnails thanks to the help of Weasel Wife over on the other side of this house, where she has her office. I don't know why I brought the location into this, but yeah, no, she actually made like a quick design, and I just decided, okay, I'm gonna go with this. It doesn't look, I don't want to say as clickable as before, but it's definitely clear that it's a series, and what part of series it is. It was more about making it easier to understand what this is about, because again, I'm not doing YouTube to become the big new, I don't know, what's a big YouTuber? Techno? Dan the TDM? Dream. I watch Dream. Dream is a good time. Mystic Cat. I like his tutorials. They're great. I actually do watch a few, I guess. Not too many. But yeah. So I just wanted it to be like clear, like, oh, if you go for your feed, it's a new Weaselcraft, and this is the episode, and you know, not getting it confused. So that's what I did. Another change that I will try to follow is that I'm going to record for the next day. By that, I mean I'm not going to pre-record like 5 episodes and then release them every day. That makes sense if you want to have this like every single day a video, and if you want to, you know, be able to do other things around. And it's kind of a thing you need to do on YouTube to a degree to be flexible. If you want to grow your channel, do different series, you need to pre-record. You can't just record always only for the next day. You need a little bit of a breathing room sometimes, and that requires you to pre-record a few episodes, like 3, 4, 5, however many you can pull off. When I did YouTube in my beginning days, I couldn't even upload the videos at my place because the internet was too bad. So I actually had to pre-record like 10 to 15 videos, and I was just cranking them out. And honestly, given the state of YouTube back then and how things were back then, that was probably the right move, because I, you know, didn't spend too much time on making the video, not going too crazy, and just essentially building up my channel and trying different things. Because, you know, if I would have spent an hour a day per video and then that got like 5 views, that would have been not only like discouraging, but also yeah, I wouldn't have been able to keep up. So that's essentially what I did back then. But yes, long story short, I'm going to try to record for the next day because it's going to allow me to read your comments and incorporate them in a timely fashion. I feel bad because I have like this document, this like sheet with all these kinds of notes. For example, all like the dog names. So I asked for like names for the dogs, and you probably remember that. If you're watching this episode, you most likely remember that. And then all the dogs exploded. Yeah, so now I have all of these dog names, and because there were like 6 episodes in between, so it took like 6 days, and I didn't want to stop playing Minecraft either. I didn't want to like, okay, I'm just gonna wait like until the episode where Ask for the Names airs, and then I guess 5 days from now I'm going to then play again. No, I wanted to play every day because I'm enjoying the game. So yeah, that's why I'm moving the format to once every day. Recording a video a day and then uploading it, which will lead to me not being able to release every day because sometimes things will come up, or a video takes longer to do, reasons. But at least you know that in between episodes I read the comments and can theoretically incorporate them, and yeah, essentially that's the trade-off. And for me, it's also not having to worry that I'm going too far ahead. Like, here's an example. Because I wanted to play Minecraft and go ahead, I played and decided to like, okay, I'm gonna put it in a time lapse afterwards and talk over it so I can play more without going crazy. In this case, it also makes sense because, I mean, look at this. Right now, I'm just placing, I'm making paths. So I think that covers everything with the daily videos. And I'm also thinking about like, okay, maybe I should, you know, if I do the day, look at that fish, just jumped up on there and died. If I do these, you know, like this daily rhythm where I'm making a video on Monday and I release that on Tuesday and then so forth. Oh yeah, illagers, that's gonna come into play later. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this. Anyway, so if I do that, I'm also considering like maybe I should have a day where I don't upload a video, like Sunday or Monday, one of those two. I guess Monday makes more sense, if anything, because yeah, people are at home at Sunday and they might want to watch something. Then again, I'll see. I might actually like make 2 videos on a day, so I can take a day off and work on my vlogs, because I also do the Lazy Weasel vlogs. They're still a thing. I've been trying to do record a video daily about those, for those, just a little bit every day. And I need to edit those up eventually as well. So I need to take some time for that and upload that. So maybe I'm going to do that. If I don't upload a video on the Weasel Zone, I will upload it on Lazy Weasel because it's a vlog. So, you know, I'm trying to get like a routine, like a relaxed routine going, that I can keep up without feeling stressed out and still produce regular fun content, something along those lines. All right, let's talk a little bit about here the bridge that I put up. So I'm deciding to only put fencing up on one side at first, and then I'm like, it looks kind of weird. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna extend this bridge a little bit, and then I'm going to put it on both sides. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Where am I? I don't recall. It's been a few days since I last did that. I'm gonna build a little pier here. But yeah, you see the little omen in the top right corner. Also just realizing that that video is a little bit off. In the top right corner, yep. I killed some illagers, and I will forget about that. I will forget about that as time goes on. We're now 40 minutes in to this recording, and oh boy, the end gets chaotic. You probably know where this is going. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just making paths, and I gotta say I've been getting fairly good at making the paths faster, like also like more like crooked ones. I'm not even thinking too much about this anymore. I'm just doing it, and I'm getting kind of like an eye for it, which is a cool thing. It's like one of those situations where you realize, oh hey, this is coming a little bit more natural to me, which I guess is a weird thing when you talk about like I'm making Minecraft paths and it comes natural to me. I guess making things look good in a game, I guess, or at least to my liking, is a thing that I got better at. So yeah. Anyways, so I'm pretty happy about that. But that's it. Most of this episode is just making paths, and I have a second recording that we're going to attach to this, so it's, you know, going to be a lot of content where I spend a lot of time mining, and we're going to speed through that. Remember the path I did at the very beginning of this series where I'm like, I'm going to build a path to 000 to my spawn location. I might get there. Who knows? Foreshadowing or something along those lines. Yeah, well. So I've been talking about exotic birds. Not exotic birds, what I'm saying. Just birds in Minecraft. And I looked into it, and a lot of people feel that too, that they would like birds. And then a lot of people say like, they're just going to be useless mobs like the bats. And it's a little bit of a discussion if it makes sense or not. And I honestly don't care if Mojang puts in birds. I would like to see it just as a mod. And I looked into mods on CurseForge, and the only one I could find was the exotic birds mod. And it looks cool. There's like 20 new birds. They don't look like they soar through the sky, but it's just going to add more like animal life to Minecraft, which I feel it lacks a little bit. So yeah, it's for 1.15 too, or 1.15. And I'm playing on 1.16. Which is, from what I understand, in terms of modding, quite different. They made a lot of changes, so mods are not as easily portable to the newer version. So a lot of mods are just not getting updated to it. And a lot of mods are just, they're just going to stay at 1.12. Like dynamic trees, it doesn't seem like there's any plan of moving it to higher versions anytime soon, which is kind of a bummer. At least, you know, for this series. Maybe I'm going to do a series where I play in 1.12, but honestly, I can't see myself going that far back. I'm going to have to look into what the big differences are. Maybe it's not even like that big of a deal and I could just go back. But part of me feels like I'd be missing out on a lot of stuff that's in the newer versions. So yeah, that's going to take some time that I'm going to have to look into. So yeah, I'm making here like a staircase on the sand. As a problem with dirt, you can, you know, it looks pretty normal if you put staircases in, but with sand, it kind of looks odd, like having like a staircase in there. I'd like there to be a more organic option, because I mean, who would build stairs in sand like that, I guess? I don't know, would you? Would you download a car? I don't know, would you? So yeah, more path making. So yeah, I can't install the exotic birds, and I hope that it eventually moves up. And that's a nice thing. People asked me like, hey, are you going to update to 1.16.2? This is 1.16.1, and I know 1.16.2 has like some changes to the mobs in the nether, some balancing stuff, and so forth. And I might, but I will stay on 1.16 for the most part. Like, even if there's 1.17, whatever that might be, I think we're going to see that at Minecon, what the changes are going to be. Even if that's the case, I will stick with 1.16 with this world and with this series. So the mods that I'd like to add to it will catch up, because I will keep adding mods to it. You bet. If I see something that I like, that I think is cool, I will add it to it. That's the spirit of Weaselcraft or something along those lines. Anyways. So yeah, no exotic birds, and as I was looking for birds, I came across a butterfly mod that, I mean, is now not active anymore, and I think they linked to their game. I even forgot what it's called, Vintagecraft? Something like that, or... It's essentially also a voxel-based game, very reminiscent of Minecraft, but it has like a way deeper system of like animal breeding, foraging. It's way more realistic. And I forgot the name, and it looks cool, but I'm not sure if I want to pick it up. But yeah, I came across it because I saw butterflies, and there was a mod where you could find and collect hundreds of butterflies, and I was so excited. And I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. And then, oh yeah, we're not working on this anymore. This is Minecraft 1.8 or something, some ridiculous early version, and I was like, oh, what a bummer. That's why I looked into the other game, because they have an insane amount of content. I gotta give them that. I guess that's what you have when you have a smaller game. You can just crank out stuff faster without worrying about breaking it for a giant user base. If I remember the game, I will link it. Feel free to leave a comment with the name of the game so people can look it up if I forget to put it on there, because it's very likely that I will. That seems to be a thing that I do, like forgetting to put things in descriptions and whatnot. So we're going back to the village. Not quite there yet, but yep, the illager symbol is still there. Oh, good times. That was a great time. I'm just putting some trees here. I decided I would do like it's not like an, what would you call it? It's not an alley. When you have trees to the left and right and the street going below it. I'm sure there's an English name for it. I don't even know the German. I don't recall it right now, but something along those lines. I think that would be really cool. I'm going to see how it looks. It might be an awful idea once it grows in. I haven't checked in on yet. But yeah, I'm also like putting some flowers down, just, you know, decorating here and there a little bit, just making things look a little nicer. I think I was just going to make a ton of bone meal at one point and just run along the path and just add some grass here and there to blend it into the environment again. But so far, I'm pretty happy how this worked out. And I'm trying to remember, am I going to die here? I'm probably going to die here. There was something about that. Or did I die at another point? Don't recall. We'll see if I die or not. But yeah, oh yeah, Elite Zombie. They're always fun. I do have to say, I get a ton of enchantments from these elite mobs, and they're sometimes like pretty crazy. Oh yeah, raid. Yep, there it goes. I didn't even realize that there was a raid for quite some time. Probably, yeah, until I like started seeing them, and then like, oh damn, raid. Okay, I guess I have to deal with this now. And oh, it was a joy of me for me just dying so many times. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. I actually wanted to do this in an episode, you know, just full on like an episode of me doing a raid, but I didn't realize I had the Illager Omen on me. Just walked in and like, god dang it. So I don't know the mechanics of it, how it works at all. I never looked into them. So I'm essentially kind of just going in blind, and I'm not doing too well, as you can see. I got shot through the door by a Vindicator, and then I spawned here, and I don't understand why I spawned here, if this changed, or if I accidentally hit the bed. But yeah, there's still the raid going on, and chances are, I guess the game's just like, oh, okay, if you're in a raid and you die, you get a life? Something like that, because yeah, the raid was still going on, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know where they are. And then I felt the need to put in the dirt blocks. Don't ask me why. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea at that point. Yep, more of those guys, creepers. I think the raider is like running around on the hill, and I didn't see them. They were like kind of getting stuck, and I'm like, where are they? Took quite a while for me to find their silly butts. I was looking around, not seeing them, but eventually I'll get there. Yep, I'm going through the whole village, like, where are they coming from? And then I also realized, like, okay, they always come from the same direction, it seems. And then, yeah, there they are. There's one, and I think that was just one. It was just 2 bars. The raid fills back up, and I was not ready for what's gonna happen there. Look at this big boy. I forgot what it's called. Ravager. I'll know soon. And I'm like, what is that? That's not good. That's not a good time. And I'm just trying to run away, and our golem is doing the best job. I think I'm gonna give him some iron, just to keep him going, because I'll need all the help I can get in this. It was quite stressful, not gonna lie, to deal with them, but also fun. Next time I come across villages, I'm actually going to look forward to the next raid. I will need defenses. This village was absolutely undefended, frustratingly. So I wasn't ready. I had no good point to retreat to. I had no food ready. Like, yeah, that's the only apple that I essentially, like, golden apple that I had with me. And yeah, where's the last raider? I think, again, somewhere near the hill, and I'm going to have to find him hiding away somewhere. Let's speed this up a bit to get there. Oh yeah, I think I'm making my way up the hill in the hopes, like, maybe he's up at that house, but I think he's just further back. Oh yeah, he was in a boat. That's what happened. Right. He walked into a boat. So yeah, you see this? Yeah, I'm sure you see this. There is a lot of boys and Ravager and whatnot. And like, oh, they can ride them too. And it was not a good time. As you can see, I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. And then I'm out of food and I can't keep running. And I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. And I'm trying my best to get away from him. See these moves? Like, just dirt blocks in between. But the AI it's too strong. It's too good. And I'm really trying my best to get away from him. And he keeps up. He does not let up. And they also have entirely too many lives. And of course, I had to run into this stupid mountain, and I'm trying to, like, get up higher, and that didn't work out at all. Ravager, yep, that's its name. So, there goes my second dev, apparently, and that is it for the raid. Didn't realize that I guess ends the raid for the most part. So, didn't even notice that thing was gone. I was just, like, focused on getting my stuff back, and then I die again. Dying while trying to escape the Ravager, and then I'm going to try that again, because, you know, if at first you don't succeed, do stupid decisions, and yeah, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? So I make my way up here, and I die again. Just like the pro Minecraft player that I am, I just keep dying, and I think now I kind of get it right. Just getting up here, and then I think he has so little lives that just one shot then did it. Yeah, good time. So I'm just collecting back my stuff and planning on clearing out the village. I didn't even realize, again, that the raid was over. Just emptying out my inventory a little bit, like reorganizing, getting some sleep, and then I go back and like, wait, oh, the raid is over? No, they're still there. But then I'm like, wait a second. Where are all the villagers? Where are all the villagers? And that's when it dawned on me. They're gone. The villagers are gone. I guess if you fail the raid, the villagers die? I don't know if they get abducted by the Illagers or if they just get savagely murdered. Whatever it is pretty crass. And it was, yeah, quite the bummer. I'm like, oh, god dang it. Especially since I wasn't sure, like, if that didn't happen, if the raid didn't happen, I might have not even considered, you know, commentating over my own gameplay video, because who does that? I don't know. It's a weird way to do videos. It's the first time I'm commenting over my own gameplay, and I don't know. I kind of like it because I can just talk without having to focus on the game too much. So I can post. Oh, Jesus. I accidentally hit the button and we were going way too fast. My bad. That looked weird. I just like wasn't paying attention, pressing the button down. I was like, we're going at light speed. No. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. You can let me know how you feel about this. It's probably a little fast, and I understand that for it's not the intent for the series, by the way. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep doing this. Maybe in the future, if I like have like a long gaming session in my world where I just want to fix up some stuff, like, oh, I'm just gonna build another path and that's gonna take like 5 hours, something along those lines, then I might do that and just go commentate over it in between, because the idea is that people were saying like, oh man, I kind of wanted to see what you were working on, because, you know, I just went back into the game and then like, oh yeah, here's what I did, like show 5 things off, which I guess for some people is fine, for some not. It's yeah. Minecraft is a very varied game with a lot of people with different hopes and expectations of a series. As you can see, I'm building a little bit of a graveyard. That's the best thing that I could come up with. I wanted a little bit of a memorial, like as a remembrance to all the villagers lost. Obviously, they don't have names, I guess, so I couldn't put signs on them because I didn't remember what their names were. But you know, the intent matters, right? That's what that is. And that, oh no, I hit Enrico once, but I give him some rotten flesh, and things are good again. And yeah, that was the first session that I played. And like, okay, I think I'm good for now. And this one, yep, that's a 3-hour one of me yesterday just playing Minecraft. I can't have the sound on because I was watching videos while playing, and that sounds really weird, as you can tell. So I'll just add some music, or I already probably have some like chill music going over it. But essentially, this one is a lot of working on paths again, and, you know, fixing stuff up. And I gotta come up with a better way to like just keep the horse close to me when I work on paths. It just wanders off, and I'm just like, oh man, horsey make horse face. Horsey make horse face. No, facey make facey face. Horsey make horse face, I think, is the name of it. Wow, why don't I remember? I'll see it again. But yeah, there were so many paths that I talked about before, like this one, that I did very early on that I didn't finish up. And spoiler alert, I still have not finished up with all the paths. But I decided to like at least get started on that, and, you know, start fixing up some of them. And it takes a long time, but I think what I like about this, the current set of paths that I build, is that they are now circular. Is that the right term? That they are in a circle. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit further. We're gonna actually get 5 times the speed, which might be a little disorienting, and I apologize. But that's just what we're doing. So, yeah, that is kind of like in a circle. It includes an area. Essentially, everything inside this like path. Obviously, we have explored to a degree, but I would like to focus my energy and my efforts in this series a little bit on everything in behind. Because yeah, sure, I can build more paths going outside, but the scope gets kind of crazy, and I'd like to build some structures inside this area that I essentially like created. by the rail tracks and the regular path. I'd also like to have a path from was it heart rate, like the first village that we came across, that one. I still would like a path there, not just the railway, but I'm thinking to just extend the railway, just like widen it so the horse can go through it rather than making a separate path just for the horse, because that would just take forever. But yeah, no, I'd like to keep my focus a little bit on everything that's inside the area that I've encircled. I don't know yet. I'm just thinking. And I think a lot about this world when I'm not playing. I'm just like, okay, what do I want to work on next? And part of me always like, yeah, we gotta like keep working on the paths. But when I'm recording, don't feel like this is the best use of your time, you know, because there's way more interesting things that I could be doing. For example, I intend to tame a parrot in the next episode that I'm fully recording without, you know, speeding through previously recorded footage. Yeah, I would like to get a Wheatley. And somewhere I'm going to have to build a glass bridge because I forgot the name, but somebody is like, there's this material that, you have all of these shaders and, the water looks so nice, and then you just put cobblestone and just wood over the, water. And I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of what you do. Why would you like use a glass bridge? That doesn't seem very stable and safe. But then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you got a point. So at least I will build one of those glass bridges somewhere. I think I'm gonna have to I think I threw a bunch of sand because of that into my furnaces at home once I get there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working over here. And I realized, as I was listening to video essays. I think I was listening to Jacob Geller do a few. He has some great videos, like The Intimacy of Everyday Objects is an excellent one that I highly recommend watching. And a bunch of other ones that are great. But before, so I wasn't really paying attention to what's going on with my supplies. So I have a little bit of food here, which is fine, but later I'm not going to have a lot with me, and then I'm going to die, and I'm glad you don't have to sit through that, because it would be awful. I didn't even enjoy it, dealing with mobs and dying over and over again just to get my stuff back. Just not very proficient at being a Minecrafter. So yeah, this was a weird path, a weird situation where I tried to, I didn't want it to go too wide, but I also wanted it to kind of go up in the middle of the hill and not just be a diagonal. And it was actually quite difficult for me to make this path look nice. But I think in the end, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. You're going to see it again, even if we're just speeding through it right now. You're going to see that path again. So even if you're missing something out now, don't worry. We're going to ride past this a few more times. But yeah, trying to figure that out and refilling stuff. And I think eventually I just settle on we're going diagonal, because I'm kind of losing my mind over this. Also, doing stairs on slanted paths is just weird. But I think the solution that I have, I'm pretty happy with. Because just 90-degree angle paths would also be not fun and not realistic and not pleasant to look at, I think, in the grand scheme of things. It's nice just being able to just drink coffee and just look back on whatever the frick I was working on. I forgot half of this, I feel, even though that was just yesterday. I think because I just went into this mindset of just relaxing. And I think I just sorting some stuff away. That's just me organizing stuff. How interesting. How absolutely mind-blowing. I'm not even doing a good job. I'm just too lazy to organize stuff properly. And I've seen some videos by Mr. Cat of how to build an item organizer, and I'm tempted, but in survival it would take forever. And I think I got a mending book that I'm going to put on something. And yeah, I'm just mending my axe right now over here. Pretty straightforward stuff. Just mending my axe by I put Smite 4 on it, I think, and it's been really a blessing to just murder everything with that axe. And yes, don't worry, I will remember that I can put it in the second slot, so I switch back to the sword, which actually doesn't do as much damage as Smite does to these guys, so I don't know how to feel about that. And then I died, and then things went horrible. Yep, I died, and guess where I spawned? In the village where the raid was before, and now I have to run back all the way to where I died because my spawn point is in that village. It was a good time. It's like, oh good, I have nothing on me, and I have to run back all the way through the night. Isn't that just a great old time? And I just kept going as fast as possible, and for whatever reason, I seem to be making it this time. There weren't too many mobs, surprisingly. And it's not that I had it set it on peaceful or anything, it was still set to normal. So yeah, I'm just eating a bunch of stuff. And I'm actually eating some different foods, as you can tell, that I haven't eaten before. And remember the mod that I said, like, if you eat different things, it gives you more hearts, the more variety you eat? That's like a permanent thing, not just like a regular thing that you have to keep doing. It's just, you know, once you eat a certain amount of foods, different foods, you get some hearts back, some extra hearts. And I like that. It's kind of neat to have a few extra lives on top of everything because you varied up your diet. So now I'm kind of like, oh, I got to go out and find more foods and eat more different things and cook more things. It kind of gives you a reason to follow up with that. It would be interesting if if you just kept eating the same stuff over time, it would reduce again. You know, like, oh yeah, you haven't eaten this in 5 months, so now, you know, you don't have a benefit from it anymore. But I guess it's more of a reward for collecting all the foods you ate, kind of. So yeah, just got my stuff back, and I'm sorting out some stuff. I think I'm just... I'm gonna do more of this, but for now I'm just gonna work on putting some things on my sword, some good old stuff. And I even think I put mending on my shovel. And I tried to put it on a friggin' bow again, and it seems you can't put mending on a bow, which really frustrates me, because I'd like it to be on a bow. But I guess that's not an option. So yeah, that's not happening. And I really want to put Smite 5 on a pickaxe or something, or on my axe, because I actually got Smite 5. Oh yeah, I ate something poisonous. I'll eat a pufferfish later, and I didn't even... I should have known that is going to be a problem, but you'll see soon enough. So yeah, this is a little bit fast and chaotic. As you can see, I'm putting the sand in there in anticipation that I eventually want to make a glass bridge, and I'm going to need some stuff for that. I'm also trying to find a way to sort my books, because I'm starting to have a lot of books. And I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I think I'm trying to put something on my boots. Sorting some stuff away. I think that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, I tried to put some stuff on my boots and fire protection, and I don't know what a good placement is for certain enchantments. It seems some you can put on boots, some you can put on weapons, and I wish that was a little bit clearer and there was a little bit more of a guide. But that's, I guess, the Minecraft way. So it's like, yeah, you're just gonna have to figure that out yourself or read a wiki. It's odd that it's not being more explained. But yeah, I don't even end up, I think, spending anything on improving my armor. I just make some more. Not really running low on diamonds, but I think I'm down to 40 or so. I haven't gone mining in a while, so we're gonna rectify this here. But first, I'm going to work on my mob farm. If we eventually get to it. Right now, this is what I do a lot when I'm not recording. It's just running around and sorting stuff and giving into my weird obsessions about that. So yeah, I wanted to even add more to this mob farm. I hate dampening. It's like one of the worst modifiers for an elite mob. For whatever reason, it didn't affect me in this case, but it's not fun because it does a ton of damage. So I think I just got some other nice things, and I'm Yeah, 37, right. I wanted to pick Fortune 3 on my pickaxe, because that would make sense, right? To have Fortune 3 on there, but it costs 37 levels to do that. So I don't know if I should just get a new pickaxe or if I should, if I should save up to 37 levels. Anyway, as you can see, I'm trying to like add another layer on top of my mob farm, and I realized like, oh no, there's a lot of water here. That's not gonna happen. I tried it on the other side as well at an earlier point and realized, yeah, that's also not gonna happen. So, okay. I'm gonna try to come up with a way to add it by adding one on the side. You'll see in a little bit. I don't know if I die here or if I die later. Not sure right now. But I think I'm just gonna. I'm thinking like, okay, how am I gonna add to this? Am I gonna die here already, or was that later? I don't recall right now. Yeah, but it's a horrible idea to open up certain paths. All right. Yes. As you can see. I'm starting to go ahead and mine. You might have to keep an eye on the top left corner to get an idea how I'm mining, because this is very confusing. And I'm actually going to speed us up even further just to go through this fairly quickly, because it takes a hot minute me figuring this out. I'm essentially just making a long path, a long water slide, you could say, for the mobs to come down, and I have to actually go quite a bit to get away from it, and I'm digging into other chambers that I dug before, which is really annoying because I've been mining a lot down here, and then there's my mob farm. So maybe I should put my mob farm somewhere else, maybe make a second mob farm that's a little bit more effective. Not sure. I'm not getting the mob farm for items, I'm getting it for XP, so this might be the most effective way to do that. I mean, I guess more effective would be to have mobs fall down and have like low amount of life and then you murder them afterwards. But anyways, doing a mob farm without it looking completely ridiculous. I could build like a big chamber. There's a thing you can do with trapdoors, because I think mobs don't know that an open trapdoor is not a block that they can stand on, so they just walk onto it and fall down. Not entirely sure. We'll have to look into this in a future, but building another mob farm is currently not on my radar. Right now, I'm just trying to increase the output in mobs so I can farm more XP to repair my stuff. That was essentially my thought process, where I'm like, I need more stuff. I need more XP to farm. To make my tools better and all of that stuff, and it's just going out and fighting them takes too long. And something like what I have right now works pretty well, but I need to wait too long in between the I guess the accumulation of mobs. It takes a while. Obviously now here that I'm working on it, I spend some time and wait next to it. But I'd like there just to be ideally a constant stream of mobs. That'd be great. Just never-ending stream of mobs that I could just hack at and then get all my levels. Yeah, I'm trying to do some weird thing here because it's not a like the other chambers that have 4 paths going between them, ending in the middle. This has just 3 that go to the middle, and then I wanted to extend it a little bit further, and it just got really weird. I think in the end it does work. So I'm just gonna speed through this a little bit, or might just be quiet and jump ahead. I'm so glad I have this mending pickaxe now, so I can just mine forever, which is really, really neat. Having wasted so many pickaxes before, I can't believe what a noob I've been. Such a noob. But I think, yeah, this is essentially as far as that's gonna go. Maybe I'm gonna add one more chamber to it. Oh yeah, no, I'm going to add another platform over on the side. I just decided to extend this a bit because there's still some room. Thanks to the minimap, I get a good idea of how far I can move things. That's why I didn't, try to build another layer on top of my mob farm because there was just water, and it's just, that would have been a disaster, a nightmare to work through this, and not really worth the effort. I'm not even sure if this was worth the effort. I don't know how well mobs are going to spawn in here. I'm even trying to like bring this one layer up, and I don't know how good that is because they can kind of like then jump out of the water again. It gets really awkward, and yep, I get poisoned, and I'm pretty sure I'll die a lot here now. Is it now? No, not yet. Not yet. We're getting the water to finish up our little chamber over here. Yep, just put some water in the corner and then do my thing. Oh yeah, I think I did lose my Frostwalker boots a while ago, and I'm like really confused how the water flowing works. I know when it's on the same level it goes 8 far, but then, it was turning on the side there, as you can see, and not going all 8 spots ahead, which really confused me because like I did this before, didn't I? And yeah, it got weird. So I eventually just played around with the water until it just created this stream that the mobs would follow. And this is just me being absolutely incapable and just figuring stuff out. I really hope this adds to it. It's hard to tell what the actual mob output is. If I had like an automated system that would just harvest whatever they drop, like, use a dropper and then collect it in a chest. By the way, I should probably put hoppers on the floor so if they get murdered, then I don't even have to pick up their stuff. Something like that. Anyway, I'll have to think about this. I'll have to remember this. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just trying to figure out what the fastest or best way is to make this happen. And yeah, water is behaving weird. And honestly, this might be my fault because I do have a mod that fills water slightly differently around the coast, where the beach is with sand and whatnot. Because that can look really, really odd. Like remember when you take a spot away and then the water flows into it but doesn't fill it? I think the mod that I installed for that fixes that. By making water more readily available to flow. And I think this is not where it's going well. Yep, something exploded and I'm starting to be very concerned about my safety, and I'm like, okay, let's go back. And yeah, I think, yeah, look at these silverfish. Someone in there is infested. And it's really annoying, and then this creeper blows up and the gate is open and then all the mobs come out and there's more creepers, and I'm just trying to close this off, and I survived, believe it or not. I will die, though, a lot. Due to bad choices, obviously, not for something unfortunate. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, let's open this up. Let's just go ahead and open this up and let all the mobs come out, and then you don't have control over it anymore because they just keep flowing in there, and it was very stupid, and then one of the creepers just came up there, and guess where I am? I'm back at this village. At this point, I was very frustrated. Very, very frustrated. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that I didn't set my spawn point. Why would I do that? I'm an idiot. I can't believe that it happened to me 2 times now. I have to walk all of this way. And now, all of a sudden, there's way more mobs that are after me. It's not a good time, as you can see. If you can see my lives here. I'm going to bring this down. I have a little zombie villager baby following me. I don't know where he's coming from. But, yep, there's like 3 creepers waiting for me. And I die again. I was like, oh my god. All right, I'm going to set this to peaceful. I had enough. Because I was just, okay, this is just stupid. I just want to go back, collect my stuff. So what if I like set it to peaceful? I just need to get back. And I do. And I get back. Everyone rejoiced. It was a good time. Wonderful. All right. Lots of jumping is happening. I know. Riveting. And I do take the time to like fix this hole up to a degree. I'm like, you know what? I don't really have the time. I just want to get the stuff back. It was like getting late as well. But I'm didn't stop playing. I just noticed. And I'm back, grabbing all of my stuff, fixing everything up, and I'm changing the layout slightly over here. As you can see, I'm widening this up. I'm trying to find out what is a good way to deal with those mobs and be able to harvest them at a far enough distance without them seeing you, all of that good stuff. So there's going to be a lot of experimenting, and I'm going to, just getting some gold here, I'm going to connect the other path that I dug from the new chamber to the other one, and I'm just widening the whole thing, and I'm just going to put fencing on the top along the whole darn thing. Hopefully, mobs are not going to get stuck on the wall again, which is really annoying when they're like behind the wall and then you can't really hit them well. It's annoying. But yeah, that's essentially the plan. I'm going to see how it works out. Right now, I'm just sorting my stuff away, and now I'm setting it back to normal. Or I already did, I think. And yeah, there's the first mobs back, and we're just going to, murder them. That's the plan. Man, I wish I could put mending on this arrow. I do have, on this bow, I do have Infinity, another book, so I'm not too concerned, but this one I really like. It's a good time. Jeez, okay, we're going too fast again. Sorry, my bad. Amateur here. But yeah, I think, I'm experimenting with some ladders. I know, super interesting stuff. But I decided, I'm going to show you all of it. Now I'm putting mending on the shovel to repair that and just sorting more stuff away. Particularly my enchantment books and all of that stuff. I'm trying to figure that stuff out. Putting another chest on top of it, like building one and then putting the books in it. I think I'm now going to eat even more food. I'm like, okay, what have I not eaten yet? And I just keep eating a bunch of stuff. I made also like over 180 cookies, 240 cookies. Because I'm like, oh, cookies, that sounds like a good idea, but they're actually pretty lame when it comes to how much health you get back. So now I have a ton of cookies. Maybe I'll give them to villagers or something. Not sure. I mean, I'm eating a bunch of them, but it's still kind of silly. So I think now is the point where I decided, okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start mining. Yeah, mobs weren't coming out like crazy. Took a little bit longer than I thought, but I'm harvesting or farming some XP and some other stuff. Oh wow, we're already 52 minutes in. This is actually way longer than I thought it would be. Who would have thought that commentating over 4.5 hours of content would take a while at 4 times the speed, which would be more than an hour, I think, if it's 4.5 hours of content. Anyway. As you can see, I've been eating some stuff, and now I have 6 extra hearts, which is pretty neat. Just keep stuff with me, and eventually I'm going to eat that puffer fish. I think I'm going to expand this area too, to just spawn more mobs. I'm just like, I need more mobs. So I'm just opening this up, or at least I'm trying to without dying. And then I close it back up, and hopefully that will have more mobs spawn, and they will hopefully fall into the water. Then I decided to like, oh yeah, you know what's a good idea? Eat a puffer fish. I mean, ultimately, I do it so it adds to the hearts because it's the variety. Yeah, eating a puffer fish is going to aid adding hearts. Don't ask me. And then I'm like, oh, I should put some gold around those melon slices so I can eat those and get great health benefits. Fun fact, you don't. I mean, you knew that, but I didn't. Pretty sure I did it before and realized I can't eat them. It's like, oh, wait, glistening watermelon? I can't eat those? Dang it. So, dang it, Bobby. Farming more mobs. And I think now I'm starting to just mine. I just felt like, okay, I just got to get some more resources. So I'm just starting to just mine a little bit. Hopefully finding some diamond along the way. And then I realized, like, you know what? If I'm mining, I might as well make my way to the original spawn position. If you remember very early on in the series, I'm like, oh, we're going to go to 000. And, you know, if I ever die, I will have an easy way back. That was my thinking back then. Now I have a mini-map, and finding my way back would be super easy anyway, and I'm not concerned about this. But I'm actually not working on the path just yet. I'm just having like an idea, and like, oh yeah, this is where I started, this little island at 000. So this is where I'm going now. I'm mining all the stuff that's still exposed on the outside, clearing out my inventory a bit, because we're gonna need that extra space, because we're gonna have a lot of cobblestone. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all of this. But yeah, I'm filling back the holes that I made. And this actually doesn't look too bad going at 6 times the speed, because I'm just walking along this really long path. It's really long, stupidly long. I don't intend to really walk this many times in my life. It's just the project that I decided, yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this now. Don't ask me why. It's a thing to do while you gather materials. I guess it's also fairly effective because it's just, you know, 2 high, 1 wide, and therefore you see a lot of materials. So I guess it's an effective way to look for diamonds. But ultimately, if I go and mine for more diamonds and other stuff, I think I'm going to, I guess, mine in a way that I could turn it into a mob farm or something useful, you know? Because just making straight paths has its place, but this path is so long. It's over 1,000 blocks long, and just walking 1,000 blocks through like a straight path is boring. If I had minecarts and I could really speed those up, and I'm talking like super fast, I would consider it to do that and then just get shot through this, like through a particle accelerator, just becoming this projectile that just goes through the paths. I'm also making sure that the torches are on the left side if I ever get like lost and don't remember which direction to go, but honestly, that's not going to be much of an issue since I now have the mini-map like the filthy cheater I am. And I think, yep, this is now the end of the path that I dug before, and now we're just gonna go ham. And I'm very happy to find a bunch of diamonds along the path. And this is what I'm gonna do for the next 50 minutes. There's kind of like a limit how fast I can play through this before it like really starts to just fragment, before the compression just can't keep up with it anymore. And I think 7 times the speed is pretty much it. But to be frank, you're not missing out a whole lot at this point. This is just me going and digging straight through. I'm sure this could be a video on its own, just digging through stones for 10 hours straight. Maybe that's the thing that I should do. Just if I have another one of these like digging videos, just dig in Minecraft with chill music for 10 hours. I don't know. Would you watch that? Well, I don't think I would. But then again, I didn't have to. I won't have to. All right, I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here. Here I'm just making my way through a chasm, and I come across a few of these, as you can see on the minimap in the top left. And I'm starting to get close to 0,000, and I think I'm starting to get up now. It's actually kind of cool that the initial spawning point is on a little island. I thought that was really neat. Didn't realize it at first when I first started playing. But now, you know, with 2020 hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, that's actually really neat that you started on this single island. And here we are out at wherever the frig that is. It should also have a name. This island should have a name. I guess Spawning Island. Very creative, I know. Just putting a bunch of torches up every 2 steps. I don't know why I decided to do that many, but I just did. And then now we're out. And I think I'm just going to go to 0,0 for just the sake of being there. Just like, this is where it all began. Yep, there it is. 0,0. And I'm fighting some spiders. It's a good time. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's it. Yep, we did it, guys. 1 hour of recording to get 4.5 hours together into one good video. Oh, we're not gonna start again. Don't be silly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and here's a big thank you to the patrons that have supported me for so long now at this point. And if you want to do that too, you can do so by going on patreon.com/Weasel or link in the description below, and your name could be here. Like, you could be scrolling down here. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this episode. It's a little bit of a weird one. It's the first time I've done anything like this. Maybe I'll do more of it. Not sure. But I can see how that's not really fitting into the style of the series. But don't worry, next one is just going to be me playing again. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm Weasel. I'm out, and I hope to see you around. Bye-bye. Ba-da-ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum.